Girl never had a problem. I only told her yes. She went to Roc Nation, hoping that Roc Nation would get her out of the deal with me. That didn't work.
So let me just make a quick disclaimer before we get into this. Yeah, the previous Megan video was just published, that's true, but it was been uploaded. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes we hear as YouTubers upload a video that we intend to immediately post or schedule, but then because YouTube system plays with that video, we don't even want to post it no more. And that's what we're dealing with here as far as the previous video goes. Everything I said in it was speaking from a place of like 2 to 3 days ago before Crawford responded, okay? So again, those are old words before new information was made available, and that's why I hate when YouTube plays with our videos, because y'all looking like, ma'am, huh?
What you talking about, huh?
But really, I'm just taking one for the team. Like, F it. I'm gonna post it either way, even with the back end YouTube issue. Because we don't like seeing our videos on yellow. But anyway, whatever. My verbiage sounds silly to a non-YouTuber, so I'm gonna stop right here. Now, a few more things have obviously happened since that last upload that looks late. Like I said, Crawford did respond to Meg and her claims. He got a chance to speak with Billboard, so without further ado, verbatim. But let's start with Meg. Megan Thee Stallion was granted a temporary restraining order Monday, March 2nd against her label, 1501 Entertainment, and the CEO, Carl Crawford, by a federal judge in Texas. The rapper, whose real name is Megan Pete, said she took the extraordinary step of filing for a temporary restraining order because her label was instructing the distributor of her records not to release or distribute any of her new music. She says her new music is scheduled to be released on Friday, and if it isn't, it will have a devastating impact and cause irreparable injury to her career.
Trying to tell me I can't put out no music.
A judge ordered 1501 Entertainment to do nothing to prevent the release, distribution, and sale of Pete's new records, to refrain from threatening or posting any threatening, retaliatory social media posts or threats against Pete, etc. We are very happy the court granted our TRO application and thrilled that the world should be able to now hear Megan's new music on March 6th, said Pete's attorney Richard Bush. We will now proceed with the other claims set forth in the petition. Pete is asking the judge to declare her unconscionable recording contract with 1501 void, saying that despite the fact that she has more than 1 billion streams and sold more than 300,000 individual track downloads, earning an estimated $7 million in revenue, she has only been paid $15,000 by the label.
What?
In court papers, Pete said that ever since she brought on Roc Nation as her manager in September 2019, she has been attacked and threatened on social media and believes that Crawford and 1501 Certified Entertainment are behind those threats. She points to the posting and distribution of her mugshot from an arrest 5 years ago when she was 19 as an example of attempts to hurt her career. She also said that a producer associated with 1501 threatened her with physical harm. Pete told the judge that as recently as Sunday, Crawford published an omnious social media post stating 1501 Certified Entertainment, at a time when loyalty is at an all-time low, it's nice to link with Jay Prince, who is steady teaching me how to move in a cutthroat industry, 100, and I know that terrifies some, especially the ones who double-cross me. Payback is a bit. And accuses 1501 of fraudulently representing itself as a full-service operation and taking advantage of her when she was young and naive. The filing also states that her label failed to take basic action to protect her interests, such as registering her songs with the Copyright Office and finalizing legal agreements with third parties. It includes that her contract is not only entirely unconscionable, but ridiculously so, because it allows her label to literally do nothing while at the same time taking for themselves the vast majority of Pete's income from all sources. She said that per the contract, 1501 gives 60% of her recording income, and net payment to third parties such as producers, mixers, remixers, and featured artists is paid out of her 40% interest. A split she noted is well below industry standards. She also said the contract allows 1501 exclusive rights to control her live performances and touring, obtaining 30% of all her touring money, even as the label has no infrastructure to administer her copyrights or handle her touring. And she said the contract gives 1501 30% of all her merchandising. Alright, so now let's move on to Carl and his version. In an interview with Billboard, Crawford denies any claims of him or his 1501 label trying to prevent Megan's output of music. It's a whole lie, says Crawford. Nothing is true that she said. Me being greedy and taking money from her, that's crazy. I never tried to take nothing from her. The only thing we ever did was give.
Do you know that this is in your contract? And I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. No, I didn't know.
According to Crawford, after Megan signed with Roc Nation in September, she went radio silent, opted not to pay him or 1501 any of the money she owed. road. In Crawford's eyes, the Hot Girl Summer MC's tactics were to avoid paying him for merchandise and live touring proceeds owed to him through the terms of their deal, so that he would renegotiate her 4-album deal contract that she initially signed with 1501. Megan also signed a separate distribution deal with 300 Entertainment in 2019. Let's talk about your contract. It's a great contract for a first-timer, he offers. What contract gives parts of their masters and 40% royalties and all that kind of stuff? Ask Jay-Z to pull one of his first artist contract, and let's compare it to what Megan got. I guarantee they won't never show you that. Billboard spoke to Crawford about Megan's allegations, why he thinks Jay-Z and Roc Nation are trying to stronghold his company, and what he hopes to gain from the pending lawsuit. What was your initial reaction with Megan going on Instagram Live and accusing your label of preventing her from dropping new music? My initial reaction was, man, I can't believe this is serious. She just has so many holes in her story, and it's almost on some delusional type stuff. The bubble of Hollywood and her 8 million followers has really clouded her head, because the stuff that she's saying is not true. It's a whole lie. Nothing is true. Me being greedy and taking money from her, that's crazy. I never tried to take nothing from her. The only thing we ever did was give.
I've never done nothing wrong to this girl. I've only told her yes.
Now she fell for the oldest trick in the industry, the conquer and divide theme. Everybody in the industry knows that this is what Jay-Z and Roc Nation do. They come in, they find the smallest things wrong with the problem because there weren't any problems before she left. And then she says, I didn't want to negotiate. Okay, tell everybody your definition of negotiating. Your definition is, okay, I'm going to send Suge Knight's old lawyers to come in and it's a stick up. Of course, I'm like, this isn't a negotiation, this is a robbery. They want to make it look like I'm greedy? No, they're trying to keep me out of everything. She keeps saying, them ninjas over there negotiated my contract. Them ninjas are sitting right next to her. T. Farris is one. Her mom did the contract. I'm new to the business. I let this guy T. Farris run my whole business because I knew absolutely nothing about it. Zero. So he wrote your contract up. I didn't do it. They want to make a big deal about it. We signed the deal. Honor your contract and let's keep doing business how we've been doing, and everything is fine. Nobody's trying to rob you. When Megan announced her management deal with Roc Nation, from my understanding, you found out of the news the same way as everyone else, correct? The guy T. Farris, the one who was helping me with my business, he was handling Megan for me. She's a girl, so he was used to being a road manager. I was letting him handle all the business, and he said, we're going to Roc Nation, we got a meeting. I said, oh cool, we're gonna get to meet Jay-Z. I'm actually excited because I get to meet Jay-Z myself. You know, we looked up to this man. I said, what's going on? He said, ain't no big deal. He just finna show us around the building. Little small-ish. I'm like, cool, do I need to be there? He was like, nah, you know, ain't that serious. I said, well, okay, cool. I don't go because we were just on tour with her. Me and Megan are perfectly fine at this moment. Next thing you know, I'm on a plane and I'm thinking the whole industry is going to try to take Megan from me, not my homeboy. So I go and link up with Jay Prince. Next thing you know, the picture is posted up on the internet and everybody is like, oh, you bitter. No, I was already posting Jay Prince before. When I found out, like everybody else, I got emotional and made one comment. They took that and ran with it like, oh, he's bitter, he's mad. Look, I'm just trying to see what's up. I thought they had enough respect for me to at least tell me something, but it's cool. She don't have to tell me about that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, tell them what their real plan was. The real plan was to get you out of my contract so that they can sign you to Roc Nation. That's all they want to do.
That didn't work.
We gave this girl a 60-40 split. Now go ask the artist about that. She got parts of her masters the first time. You think Jay-Z would have gave her part of her masters on her first deal with Roc Nation? F no. And then she's getting $100,000 a show and she don't want to pay up. That's what the issue was about. She signed with Roc Nation in August and decided she don't want to pay me no more. They're using that as a strong arm tactic so that I can renegotiate the contract. They're holding the money and they haven't paid me since August. She done over 15 shows. Y'all do the math. She gets $100,000 a show. She owe me and I haven't recouped almost $2 million that we spent on her, building her up so that Roc Nation will want to come around. Where was Roc Nation at when we was grinding and riding around on the back streets? Roc Nation was nowhere to be found. As soon as we spent our money, blow it up. Now all of a sudden, these strangers and people you just met, they introduce you to Beyonce and now we the devil. Now we're the devil just because Jay-Z saved you? You're so fake. Now we're the devil just because Jay-Z saved you? You're so fake. Everything was cool until her lawyers came in, told me that it was pretty much a stick up. Unfortunately, when her mother died, the snake was able to come in and crawl in position to influence her head and tell her stuff. If her mother would have been here, we wouldn't even be going through some of this stuff. Once her mother died, things changed a little bit. Everybody that wanted in, all the bloodsuckers, were able to jump in. That's what happened. She got the dude T. Farris right up under her. He's the snake. He did the contract. They had the lawyers. How didn't you read your contract? She signed 2 contracts. You signed one with me and 300. You mean to tell me you, your mama, and your lawyer didn't read over that stuff every time? Stop lying. You wasn't 20, you were 23 years old. You was a grown-up. You're just a liar. She got 8 million followers that know they can pounce on me because I'm smaller. She knows she gonna win when it comes to that ish right there. But I don't care about that. They can thrash me or whatever they do, but the real is you got Hollywood and you got up under Roc Nation and you're acting like you don't have to honor your contract no more. Then you want to say you tried to negotiate. Man, you sent your lawyers in there and they want to take me out. You owe me 4 albums and they want to offer me 1 album and take everything away. They're crazy.
You know, the lawyers come in aggressive. They want to just break you up for no reason.
How she been paid $15,000? As soon as we signed to 300, I wrote her a check for $50,000. And it's signed with her name on the check. We can show you the proof. That's another thing. I got all my receipts. Okay. They know it. I got all the receipts. We gave her a $10,000 advance when we first signed her and gave it to her mother. I don't know what happened with that. 300 gave us a $200,000 check. I gave her $50,000 out of it. I didn't have to give her that. That was mine at the time. And we never told her no a day in our lives. She just got on some real hating-ish or whatever and just didn't want me around. How can I be mean to you? I never was around you. I didn't do nothing. You barely saw me.
We don't really talk. We and her ain't never really talk like that anyway. We definitely don't talk right now.
This is how I got in the business. This is how I got her to sign with us, because I wanted to make sure we overdo it. That way we can get her. So she got a great deal. She's just over there with Roc Nation and she's mad because somebody said something bad about her one time. She acting like people can't speak their truth. Like she's the only one that have a truth. If you watch her in her interviews, she looks like a little kid that's just being silly. It's like she's not even taking it serious. Look at it. Everybody knows. She looks so silly telling everybody I didn't do nothing here in Houston, Texas, when we sat here and watched it from day one. She's such a fraud. The rest of the world can get mad at me, but they're not in Houston. They don't know how it started. They just call me bitter. But put it this way, to your 8 million followers that don't give a F about me anyway, if somebody comes and tries to take your ish, you're gonna fight back too. It wasn't no renegotiation. It was take this or else. That's why the beef started. Okay, let's go down here. And you guys supposedly get 30% of all her touring money and 30% of all her merch as well. Well, we did a 360 deal where it was a 70-30. The reason why it was a 70-30 was because we gave up so much. We gave up part of her masters right now. We gave her a 60-40 split. That's why we got so much on that side. We knew we did some stuff that people don't do. This is how I was getting in the business. When's the last time you spoke to Megan? Secondly, do you feel like this relationship can be salvaged outside of court, especially since you and her both lean on the word family and how you initially valued each other? I don't know at this point because it's so bad. I don't know what can happen. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure that fair is fair. I just want it to be fair. Nobody wanted to stop her music. I understand that, but she's ignored me since August. I haven't spoke to her since August, and this is what's going on. She hasn't tried to do nothing. She hasn't made 1 payment since August. You do the math and see how many months this is and add it up. Anybody will be pissed off. And in regard to the supposed threats from his camp that Megan received, here's what Billboard asked him. She's also claiming that there was a producer associated with the label that threatened physical harm to her, along with a lot of social media attacks being aimed at her from your side. He said, I don't even know about that. I don't even know about social media because I'm getting threats. They're threatening me, my kids, everybody. I don't know what producer could be threatening her. She just lies so much. She tried to say we didn't do nothing for her. Well, I got 500 to 800K worth of receipts that show we did do something for her. So I don't know what T. Ferris is over there telling you, or if he did everything because he takes the credit. She likes to give T. Ferris the credit about discovering her. She's so effing blind by it that she's trying to make it seem like I'm a bad person. Listen, all she has to do is pay me my money. That's all I want. I don't want to be around her. I don't want nothing going on. I just want what's mine. All she has to do is pay me my money.
Wasn't trying to not give nobody money that they feel like they entitled to.
Now you better have my money straight up.
That's a handful. And it's crazy because when it comes to people telling their sides of the story, you never really know who's lying and who's telling the truth because people tell their stories with so much conviction. It's like, damn, one of y'all are really pathological. Keep in mind that when someone tweeted Megan asking her is she in a 360 deal, she was like, she's smarter than that. So it's like, dang, somebody's really lying. But what are y'all thinking? Leave your thoughts below.
Hold up.
Wait, hold up. Guess who's having a shirt sale, y'all? TalkYoShirt.com. All the shirts are on clearance to make room for some new designs, so get them while you can. There's only a limited inventory, okay? The shirts have some positive messages, and most importantly, you'll be supporting a small black business. As you can see, the shirts are prepackaged and ready for shipment. There's no waiting around. You will definitely receive your tracking number within 2 to 24 hours. Guaranteed. There's no playing with your orders, okay? So what are you waiting for? Shop at www.talkyoshirt.com. That's TalkYoShirt.com. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. And don't forget to hit that bell to join the notification gang. PetTeaBlog.com signing off.